everybody. Hi.
Hey, why does it say? Wait a minute. Just remember this. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live. Okay, got a strange message that said that this was deleted. So I really hope not.
Yeah, that would not
I hope we're all good here. But welcome to Flippin' Bunch. We love our Wednesday nights. And we'll go ahead and start with our introductions. But tonight we're going to talk about phone tips, especially for Android users. And for those of you who are budding YouTubers or social media people and you want to get started with everything, then hopefully what we have to tell you tonight is going to help. So I'm going to start with Crystal because I know if I point down, I'm pointing in the right direction.
Oh, so you're going to leave me to figure out the rest. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Hey, everybody. I am Crystal, the Crafty Critch, DIYs and furniture flips in my glasses. I'm so sorry. They're very shiny today, very reflective. So you get to see what I see on my screen here. So I love furniture flipping. It's my favorite, but I do a lot of crafting and repurposing, and I am a reseller. So I'm a thrifter too. I always am out hunting. Okay. Dar.
You're right.
I did.
Hi, I'm Dar from DIYs by Dar. I have been a furniture flipper for probably pushing 5 years now. I am a brand ambassador for Made by Marley decoupage papers. I do have a shop in my local town in a artist mall, and I have some stores on some of the socials out there, Etsy being probably the main one right now. And for any of my people out there that I'm friends with, if I don't answer you, if you say hi, Dar, it's because I can't see any of the comments. So sorry. I think I go upwards. Must be Mara.
Yeah. Mara, Borderline Furniture, and I like all things in some kind of borderline state, broken. And I like to take things that are either outdated or pretty well used and give them a new life. So that's me. I'm a very much a timer, and it's kind of a hobby for me, but I just really enjoy it. So I'm going to turn this over to Levon.
Okay. All right. I thought you were done there a second. I almost interrupted you. But I am Levon from Statement Designs. And like Mara, I like furniture that's in its, sorriest state so I can rescue it. And I always call it orphan furniture. So love to adopt those orphans. And Mara, by the way, before I go on, if you can watch the comments, because once I start with the media assets, then I won't be able to really man the comments. So
I'm with Dar today. I can't see it. The only comment I can see, I'm sorry, is Crystal's.
Okay. Well, maybe we don't have any other comments yet. I hope, I hope we're all good. But anyway, I have the Statement Designs channel and also Tuesday Talk. And today I got to do my little TV thing every other week after Tuesday Talk. I do Workshop Wednesday on our local TV show. So we were following our decoupage plate from last night. So that was fun. But I'm also a brand ambassador for Made by Marley. And I put my furniture in different consignment shops and also do custom orders for people. And yeah, that's about it. I also do design work too and some color consulting for a cabinet painting company. So yeah, that's all. I'm supposed to be retiring, so I'm just not sure how. So I'll figure that out one of these days.
Right.
So anyway, we're talking about our Android phones. So there's so much to cover. But so Dar was having some technical difficulties this week. and that prompted a discussion. And so Crystal and I were trying to help her out with some different ideas to help her get going. And so one of the things that we talked about was screen recording. So Dar said, not sure how to do that. So I am going to share a little video that Crystal did to help her with that. So that.
Okay, Dar, I'm screen recording right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to tap the very top of my phone, and I'm going to pull down like that. Then I'm going to tap it again, and I'm going to pull down again. And then there's that little line right there. I'm going to tap that. I'm going to pull down, and that's going to expand my selection. And I'm going to go to where it says screen record. I'm going to click on that, and then I will just follow the prompts. And up on the top of your screen, there will be like a toolbar with a little pencil, a person, a pause, and a stop button. So those are all how you control your screen record if you want to pause it or if you want to stop it. Select mic and media, so that way it will also record the sound. I couldn't show all of it because once I clicked that, it stopped my recording. So that's why I just had to describe it versus showing the steps. So
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, it was, you did a great job explaining step by step how to use screen record. And screen record is like in the particular case that Dar was having trouble saving a video. It was either too big to put in here or something. I forget what the issue was, but that was just one of the suggestions. Have you tried screen record? So I use it a lot if I'm doing a video and I want to call back on one of my YouTube videos. I will just pull the video up and do a little screen record of that little bit that I want to show. And then I can put it in my UCut editor and just crop it and just chop it. And that's all I need to do. So I find it very helpful in a lot of instances. So if you didn't know that was on your phone, now you know.
I like it. I've used it several times to show my mother-in-law how to post things on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just hit screen record and okay, Jan, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
It's how you listen.
I'm a little concerned that our regulars aren't commenting. I don't know whether because when I started, I got that message that something was deleted, but I think we're good on or on YouTube, but I think it might have been the Facebook one that got deleted somehow. I don't know how.
Well, I know when I first commented, it said this comment has failed to post to the Flippin' Bunch, but then I commented it again and it went through. So I don't know if people are having if it's just failing to post the comments or not. Is it showing that we have any okay.
No, just yours. Just
okay.
Still just
well,
yours.
In the comment, is it show or the corner? Is it showing that we have any viewers up in the corner?
Yeah, we have 4 watching.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll just carry on, and if if worst comes to worst, then hopefully our viewers will watch the replay. So,
okay.
But I'm just a little concerned.
Well, okay. Where I was really didn't know when Crystal was showing me about how you pulled that and got another screen to show up. I had no idea. I never pulled that down.
Mm-hmm.
Never knew that screen record was there.
Yep.
That's you pull it down and then you get to that line and do that second pull down and there's all kinds of stuff in there. And I'd never been there before.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's the same section you find the Wi-Fi and everything like that too, or the hotspot, right? Levon, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many things there. I always call it the window blind. There's just like pull the window blind down. And then there's different sections that you can pull down further.
Uh-huh.
Now, Gretchen said she posted under her regular and also afield. So I don't know what's going on, but anyway.
Okay.
So at least they'll be able to watch. You maybe just can't comment. So
Right.
okay, well, we'll just carry on.
Okay.
That's what we do. So the next thing in the little window blind is mobile hotspot. So that was another issue that Dar was having. At home the data wasn't working, so we suggested the hotspot. So there's a little video on this. Pull down from the top of your phone as Crystal had shown us and select mobile hotspot and select connections. Then select mobile hotspot and tethering. Make sure your hotspot is on and then click on the mobile hotspot. This will show you your password. Then go to your computer and select the network icon on the bottom right taskbar or search for Wi-Fi in the settings. Select your network from the list and hit connect and enter the password. Okay, and you tried that and that worked, right? So it saved the day.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that either. I mean, I kind of live in the pickers, so I only get 150 gigs or megs, whatever it is, a month. And I left my Wi-Fi on, and anything that I used with the Wi-Fi came off, and I didn't realize that while I was using my phone, I was burning up my Wi-Fi box gigs. Mm-hmm. So then I didn't have any left to do anything on the computer. But going in there and changing it to the hotspot allows me more memory to upload or download because I used it all up on my computer.
Okay, well, now you know there's another solution. It's also good, like if you're traveling, you're in your car, and you need to do something on your computer, you can create that little hotspot so you can have the internet on the go. So,
yeah.
All right. So the next thing is just a couple little general camera tips. One of those things that you can use and I don't have oh, yes, I do. A little image of it is do not disturb. So I just circled it in that little window blind. Whenever I am editing, different times if I'm recording something, I'll hit do not disturb. You'll still see your messages afterwards, but it just keeps notification sounds and everything out of your video. Or if you're doing a screen record, you won't see a pop-up of a message across the top of your screen or something. So I find that to be helpful too.
I did not know that.
Okay.
Or somebody called you and you're recording a video.
Oh, yes, that's annoying.
It will not go through. You'll see that you missed a call afterwards, but you won't get it, so it won't disturb you.
Very helpful because
that little thing on the hotel room door,
Yes.
Don't bother me now.
Yes.
Okay. And here's one of my favorite subjects, and this is aspect ratio. I know I talk about it all the time, but I do that little TV gig and I've been doing it for 10 years. And that was the first thing I ever learned. They said, if you send us pictures, always make sure that you send them take them in landscape. And the reason for that is because of watching it on TV. Because if you take it in portrait mode, you're going to have a border on the side. So, another thing too, I don't know about your editing software, but I find with mine, I can't just load in a whole bunch of pictures or videos all at once and have it work. I always have to load the first one in and then select. I always use 16:9 because that's the TV ratio. And then you can adjust them all after that. Then you can go ahead and load in whatever you want, and it will allow you to adjust it. But in my program, it'll follow suit. Whatever that first one that I load in, I won't be able to adjust the rest of them, and I'll have borders. So that's just my experience. But that's now, I'm not saying you should always do that, because you may be filming reels. You might be doing something for TikTok or Facebook Reels or something. And in that case, you want to use this aspect ratio or take it in the portrait mode. So you can do either one. You can also do it in landscape and then crop it to get it. So now I was really looking pretty extensively at I'm focusing tonight just on the phone features, not so much the apps and all the wonderful things that we can do with it when we have all those features in there. But and all the apps in there, but just on the phone features themselves. When you go to crop it, it'll give you the option. Do you want it like tall? It'll say portrait, or sideways, landscape. And then it'll show you the aspect ratios, but it doesn't give you like Facebook and, all the different symbols like it does in my editing software. So, are we up to speed so far?
Yes.
All right. So, let's talk about camera modes. And I think this one I have a picture to show you. So the first camera mode that I'm talking about is portrait. So when you go to take a picture, you'll see on the bottom of your screen, more. If you click on that more, there's all these different modes that you can use. And portrait is one of my favorites. And this is a picture of a plate that I did last night, but I want you to look at the background of it. Now I cropped it, not so much the foreground, but the background.
It blurred it.
Just fuzzied up everything in the background.
Yes.
It's really good. Like the first time I ever discovered portrait mode, I was doing a class, and I was sitting down, and I had one of my people that was taking the class across from me. And I took this picture of her, things she was painting and her. It was the best picture. And I was like, wow, it just really looked like portrait quality. And then I realized I was in portrait mode. Okay. And ever since that, I love using portrait mode for close-ups. So like if you see the hot mess that is my table, last night, especially during my live, I have stuff everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I took that picture on the table, and you wouldn't know, that was in front of a hot mess. So
that's interesting. I didn't know that. I see that. I learned something today. I was always like, portrait mode, what is this? I don't need that. I'm just going to go, I just need a picture. But that's really cool, because then it blurs it looks professional, like somebody edited it. Like
it really does. It's really nice, like for flowers and all kinds of things like that.
Okay, cool.
All right, so the next thing is another mode. I think I have two of them in here, but one of them is the panoramic mode, and then the other one is that's a separate video. Okay, this is just panoramic. No, this is panoramic and hyperlapse. Okay. So here we go.
Panoramic. Okay.
So I'm out on my back porch, and you can see it gives you the instructions right up top. It tells you to just go slowly. So I start like at the deck, and then I'm stopping over here at the picnic table with the blue tablecloth. And then that's what my picture looks like. Oh. Okay. I can go back and pause that if you like.
Yeah, I think I've used that before myself, but not too often. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Now I'm going to show you that video again really quick, because at the end where it says hyperlapse, it's so fast you don't even know it happened. But I'll tell you what you're looking at.
Okay.
All I did was I'm holding the phone and I went like this, normal, like this in front of the phone. So look at it again and see what happens. Of course, you're going to see the panoramic part again,
So
but
that's how you activated it? Is that
well,
what you
I put this in my video editor, but it's a mode called hyperlapse.
Okay.
There's also slow-mo.
Okay.
Okay, so watch this. Did you see that little blip?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's like this. You know, what that does for you, like imagine painting a piece of furniture. So something like this in hyperlapse is almost hard to see. But imagine if you film yourself and you're painting an entire piece of furniture or putting a whole coat on something or doing a decoupage, you know, something that would take maybe 20 minutes to film. And I love to watch a piece of furniture getting transformed. I love to see a coat of paint go on and the color change and everything. But it is like watching paint dry to watch, you know. So that hyperlapse, what it does is it saves your phone's memory too. So you're not like taking the whole thing, then put it in your editor and speeding it up. Okay, because you still have all that video on your phone.
Okay.
But this way, you don't have all that video on your phone. It's a very short clip that's in your phone, so it's not taking up as much memory.
Oh, I need that.
And then you can also do slow motion too. It's the same thing, you know, it's just you're not using the editor to do it. But I have to go back on that, me saying about not using so much memory in your phone. This is something that I just thought of that, you know, is important to know. So if you're deleting, you know, every now and then you have to go in and delete all those pictures, especially us that are doing videos. So just don't forget after you're done, and I'm just going to try to show you on my phone. And most of you probably know this, but I'm just going to. So there's the albums. Okay. Down here, these 3 little bars. Okay. One of the things that comes up is trash. Don't forget to empty your trash.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hitting select and I'm hitting all. Because if you don't delete this, if you don't delete your trash, it's still on your phone, taking up memory.
Oh,
so just remember to delete your trash.
Always yelling at
Won't it automatically empty or something like after 30 days? It's been sitting in there?
Yes. Yeah. But if
Not
you're taking a lot of
telling you
video,
guys to be lazy, but it's a good thing to do because when you look in your phone, like I use a lot of Google stuff, and like Google has its own file folder on your system. And if you ever click into that and you look into it, and even Samsung does too, it has its own files, you're going to see duplicates of all those pictures and all those videos that you did. And it seems to me, even though I deleted them off my main camera app, they're still buried inside them Google files or them Samsung files.
Yeah. But some of them may be in the cloud. And if they're in the cloud, they're not taking up space on your phone. So you might be, you know, it might be the
Yeah,
Samsung
I guess I don't know how to
cloud.
tell the difference if they're in the cloud or not. The cloud scares me.
So I use OneDrive. I don't know whether you know, I use that on my computer and I use it on my phone. So anything that I can access, but there's Google Drive too. So that's cloud storage and it doesn't take up any room either. But Samsung, let me see. Yeah, there is a Samsung cloud as well, but I'm not exactly sure what it's called.
I think it might be buried in that heading that says files. I could be wrong, but That
Yeah,
actually
I'd have
has
to take a look in there, but just
that
you know,
actually has saved me a few times because I have deleted pictures off or videos off. Was a good girl and I emptied my trash can and guess what? I'm like, dang, I don't have that picture no more. Well, go into some of them other ones and you might be able to find it. It's still there. And if you click on it, you could just hit like restore. So I don't know where it comes from. If it comes down from the cloud and puts it back in your general gallery.
not sure about that, about coming down from the cloud. That sounds very biblical.
I told you it scares me.
Oh my.
I've done it. It does happen that way. And I do see some comments on the screen showed up.
I
Okay,
just
let me see.
turned it on, but all
All
we
I
can
see is crystals.
Yep.
And it says, I'm so sad I can't see all the comments.
yeah, I can't either.
You know, the other night I was able to wait. Well, we could show them on the stage.
I just show.
So we'll see if we get any comments this way. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either. Oh, I don't know what's
Actually,
going on.
now it's on show comments on stage. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm sad about that too. Okay. So we covered all the camera modes. There are a few more that I honestly, I don't even know what they are.
Comments now.
We can see them?
Yep.
Yay! You know, that did happen the other night, and I had to click that on. So for future reference, I guess we have to click it off, then click it back on.
Must be
So,
something
I'm glad you're
new.
here. Jeannie, Gretchen, we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
So hopefully you've been able to see everything all along. We just couldn't see you.
Yes.
Okay. So next up is the photo editor that's in your phone. Now, again, we're not talking about apps. We're not talking about UCut or Filmora, or what do you guys use?
Well, Filmora is on my computer, but sometimes I use PixArt to edit my photos or Lightroom. What else? I don't know what else. PicMonkey.
I would assume that what I'm using must be the same as what you have, Levon, because Levon and I have the same phone and it just says gallery. So I'm assuming it's a Google gallery.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually more of a Samsung gallery because that part of your phone is, is controlled by Samsung. So, but yeah, so these are Samsung features because you might have a Motorola Android and it might not have the same features, but yet it would be Google because Android is inherent of Google. So, so just so you know, I used to work at AT&T. I worked there for 15 years at the cell phone store. And it was so funny because I started in 1998 and I saw things change from bag phones to Motorola StarTACs to really teeny tiny phones to great big. And then the ones that came out that could access the internet that they called packet data phones because it was just such a limited thing. It wasn't the video and picture rich experience that you see now. It was just crazy. So I often say to myself, in that 15 years, I saw so much change. And in the 15 plus years now that I've been away from it, it's changed so very little. It's crazy. So they just keep adding more features to the phones. So, but nothing has really changed in that time since I left. But I always say too, creative people, you have a couple different sides of your brain. And I kind of had to force myself to learn the data portion of it. But it's kind of like I really enjoyed like doing the problem solving things, when people would come in with, questions about their phones. So anyway, that's kind of where I get a little bit of this experience. And if you have an iPhone, you can use the iMovie, app that's inherent on the phone on board and use that for your editing. It's an excellent, excellent program.
We have a question.
I don't know how to get to my cloud, but emptying the trash is a good idea. Is that for Samsung? Believe that's for every phone. Pretty sure that you can do that with any phone.
And on your computer.
Yeah, you have to do it on there too.
Mm-hmm.
But so it depends, Jeannie, what type of phone do you have? I mean, if you have Samsung, then
I think Samsung is Android.
definitely it is Android.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, there's different brands of Android. Like Google does make a phone. I forget what it's called, but it's their brand. And then there's Motorola. There's all kinds of different brands, but Samsung is really the leader, and it's really the component to an iPhone, like the comparable model to an iPhone. They're always neck and neck with the new models. So so I do have a little video about editing on the phone. Let me see. I think I do. Let me see here. Oh, I know. Okay. I have to do screen share. Hang on a second.
Okay. What type of phone do you have, Mara?
I have an Apple.
Okay. All right.
Or iPhone.
Okay. All right. So maybe you have some tips on different ways to use your phone. If we, maybe that's another episode.
Yeah, I would think that would be.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you all see this video?
Yeah.
The screen? Okay. All right, so I had this is just the video editor on my phone. So I had this table. Mm-hmm. So one of the things you can do, did you know you could straighten your photos from the video editor? You just hit it's the farthest right feature, and then you can crop it just like normal. But I didn't know whether you knew you could straighten it or not. But sometimes that's
on the videos. I didn't know you could do it on the videos.
Yeah, well, honestly, I don't know. This is a still shot. Did I say video?
Yeah.
It's a video about editing photos.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
I did. I picked the draw and the sticker and the text. These are all just goofing around, but those are just little things that you can do just on there. And up at the top, those 3 little dots, you can hit revert to original.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't like any of that stuff, you can just get rid of it. Yeah. But if you want to see this again, as far as straightening, it's this right here, the far right, and you can just straighten your video there.
So basically, it's cropping it until it looks straight.
Yeah. Well, there is a little switch on there, or a little feature on there where you can it does
toggle it.
Tilt it, a little bit. And there should be filters, right, Levon? Is there different filters you can apply?
Yes, there's all kinds of different filters. You can click on the one that looks like the sun, and then that will brighten, and you can change the saturation, and you can change the hue, and all kinds of different things on there. So there's so many features that are on board the video editor. So I would just recommend what you do. I mean, this presentation, I just kind of centered it on things that were helpful to people that make videos. But there's a whole other world of, the files and all that stuff that, you could dive into as far as storage on your phone. But I will say, when you get a lot of photos, a lot of emails, all that stuff on your phone, if you don't delete it, it will slow your phone up eventually. So just try to remember to, that's what sometimes if I'm bored and I'm just sitting watching TV or something, I'll just go to my gallery and I'll just start deleting, and mainly it ends up screenshots where I end up with the most unwanted stuff because I'm always, screenshotting things and sending it to people. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
What about text messages? If you have like I don't know, like say a thread of text messages, if maybe like I don't know, like an advertisement or a business or something that's constantly sending you text messages. If you delete all of those, does that free up storage on your phone too?
It definitely does.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good.
It's all stuff that takes up. So
I need all the help I can get with that because I'm like, it's constantly yelling at me.
well, okay.
Boy, your
know this
computer must scream at you then.
It does.
this isn't video oriented, but to your question. So I'll be honest with you. I have not as many as I used to. I have 4 email accounts on my phone. So I have my personal, and then I have the one that was my former business name, La Vintage Decor. I still have that email address because I still get email to it. And then the Levon at statementdesigns.org. And of course, our Flippin' Bunch email is on there. But here's what I do every now and then. Like I'll look on there and I'll find, let's say, Google Maps. I'll click on that. I'll actually go to the search. I'll just see that I have a lot of stuff. So I'll put in Google Maps. This is the easiest way to keep up with it whenever I get the message every now and then too. So it's going to come up with all of these things that are emails from Google Maps that I could care less about. So I just, hold on the first one and it'll put a check mark on it. And then I just hit select all. That takes 50 right there.
That's how I had. Yeah.
What's that?
That's how I had to do it. Do you guys remember when I had like 200,000?
Yeah. And you just have to keep going, because sometimes I'm shocked. Like Walmart. Oh my God. I have the, what is it? Prime or whatever they call it. Walmart Plus.
Yeah.
Those people, they love to message you. It's unreal how many messages that you get from them. So, if you just put that in there alone, that'll just keep you busy for quite a while, just deleting all their emails.
Oh my God, that was so horrible. That was like the worst thing ever. I spent weeks trying to free up my emails so I could get emails because I couldn't get any emails. I need to do
I know. I forget what it was that I was thinking about one day, and some thing we got, a notification of something like be an influencer for something. And I said, did you get that in email? And then I said, no, wait, you don't read your email. So it couldn't be.
Yeah, no, I don't get, I need to, I'm really bad. I don't really check it at all. It's bad.
So does anybody have any other phone questions? We have a video to share with you. That's part 2 of the river resin pour that Mara is sharing with us. But I just wanted to know if anybody has any other questions on the phones before we move on.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Mara, guys.
Yeah. So my question is, how do you guys transfer your videos and your photos from your phone? Because I used to use a I can't think of the name of it, but it was a stick and it had a plug-in like this that plugs into your phone, and then it could flip around and plug into your computer. So it was
a memory drive. Oh, flash drive, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that flash drive, in fact, it was a scan disc, and they changed something on it. And I always had trouble with the scan disc. I don't recommend it because it just sometimes you couldn't get the pictures to come up. It was just always a problem. And so now what I do is I hook up to my phone and it transfers to my computer, but all of the photos transfer. So I have to wait for them all to transfer.
I can answer this.
It won't let you like pick individual ones. Like you can't pick which ones you want to download.
Well, the whole thing downloads, then I have to check them off as I want them. But I think there's an airdrop.
This is what I do. Okay.
It's called the cloud.
So what I do is I go to my gallery and there's an option to make an album, right?
Okay.
So I go and I make an album, and then I select all the pictures that I want in that album to like do, like say a craft video. So this is my craft video album. I'm going to select all my pictures and all my video. I'm going to put it in that album. And then I go to my computer and I go to my desktop and I create a folder, a new folder, and it's got the same name as that album in my phone, in my gallery. So then I take my little USB cord, plug it into my phone, plug it into my computer, and then I go to that album. I select that album, I click it, I drag it, and I drop it into the desktop folder that has the same name as that album on my gallery. There they go. I don't, no other pictures come up. I just click that album and I put it in the other album.
So you edit on your phone, or on your computer, so that's why you're sending those files, right?
Yes, that's how I do it.
Okay, so myself, I only usually ever have to send one or two at a time. And there is a feature that you can do, like if you, like say you want to add something to an email on your computer, now it gives you the option from my phone, like select a picture from my phone. So you can do that too, right from your computer. And that's just one at a time. But honestly, with files, so many times, like I'll go to email something or transfer something and it'll say the file is too big, So I find the easiest way to transfer things is to send it to myself in Facebook Messenger, because I can send any size, and I just, I have chats with myself all the time. I'm always sending myself pictures and videos because it just, to me, that's the easiest way to get them to the computer or to the phone, one way or the other. It's just
I do that a lot too. I go back and forth, but it's not usually to myself, it's to my husband. He don't look in on nothing I send him anyway. So
well, I think the moral of that story is there's more than one way to get to your destination, depending on which road you take.
Yeah. Hopefully that answered your question, Mara.
Yeah. Well, when I bought my computer, I was telling them what a problem I was having, and they said we can get your phone to connect to the computer, and you can just select which ones you want and then airdrop it. And then they couldn't figure out how to do it either at that time.
It's pretty bad when the Geek Squad is stumped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, Gretchen says she has the same problem. And do you use an iPhone? And also, some of the pictures have to be opened and saved in a different format in order to edit, because I have a Windows laptop. So do you have I know you have a Windows laptop, right?
I have a Windows laptop and I have an iPhone. I save all of my pictures just in a regular file on, so for my iPhone, I plug it in. Every photo uploads, not necessarily on my computer, but it uploads in the screen. I select the ones I want, and then I put it in a saved folder. The date and what I'm working on, 2025 02 22, and then whatever flippin' bunch challenge. And then so I dump it in there. Then I upload it into my I use, what do I use? Hold on a minute here. Movavi. So I use Movavi to edit my videos, and then Movavi just opens a file and drop it in, but it's pretty similar to
Yeah.
most projects.
So like when you plug your phone in, it probably pops up to transfer your photos, right?
Yep.
So what I do is I go down to my search bar, right? And I type in File Explorer. Then I go to my File Explorer. And then I scroll all the way down, and then my phone, it will pop up down at the bottom. It'll say Crystal's S23 or whatever. Then I select that, and then all of my different albums and my downloads and everything will pop up when I select my phone. Then I go to DCIM. I click on DCIM, and that pulls up all of my albums on my phone. So, and then I select the album I want, click it, drag it, and drop it into that that folder I created on my desktop. And that's how I avoid going through all of the pictures on my phone. Is, I go through the File Explorer on my computer in the search bar.
Okay. Well, I'll try that one.
Gretchen says she sometimes emails herself instead because she gets aggravated, but then they're usually too large, which is what I find a lot of times too.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
And why can't
I'm there.
Apple,
I'm there.
Why can't Apple and Microsoft just get along?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Because there's no money in that.
Yeah,
that's the answer right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a little video to show you, unless we have some more phone questions. And if you do, we'll be glad to answer them if we can. So I'm going to do a screen share again and show you this video.
Back to part 2 of the River Desktop 4. It's been a full week and the resin has cured completely. Aaron kept a close eye on it overnight, checking the hardening process, but a few air bubbles did sneak through. His attempt to burn them off only made things worse, so the deep bubbles will be drilled and filled. Some of the surface bubbles will be removed during the routing process. To release the mold, all screws had to come out first, followed by the side panels. Thankfully, packing tape on the bottom and the sides made the removal process easier.
I'd assume that's
Aaron's first time dealing with air bubbles to this extent. Apparently, they're not this persistent. He suspects that the resin may have been pushed under the mold due to not enough pressure on the live edge boards, or it could have just been due to the dryness of the boards themselves. But don't worry, there is a fix, and I'll show you that in the next video. Before routing, the edges of the wood are rounded off to prevent splitting. This is done with a small hand router. Then the sled router, with a hefty bit, will clean both sides of the tabletop. Each side gets at least 3 passes. Even though there was a vacuum system attached to the router plate, this is a messy process, and I was really questioning my decision to leave my respirator at home. And if you're curious, a sled router setup like this can run up to $600 to $900. In the next video, I hope to capture the drill and filling process along with some of the sanding. Apparently, this is the longest part of the process. Stay tuned for part 3.
Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Now you know why they're so costly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
we were talking, and I said, "Did you really go up to 10,000 grit?" And he said, "I did on my last project, but this time," he said, "I think what he said was 400 is where he's going to stop on this." So we'll see. Um, we'll see what happens when he gets ready to move forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you say 10,000 or 1,000?
No, I said 10,000 grit. That's what he told me. I said, "What can that feel like a paper bag? Piece of paper?"
Yeah, or
A pair
a
of
tissue or
nylon.
something.
Anyway, he said he's not going to go. Initially, he said that, but now he said he's not going to go that high. So I'm like, where do you buy that stuff at? Because I've never seen that. I mean, I've seen up to I think 800. So anyway, more to come. I'm so excited. It's going
Yeah.
to be neat.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that too. I mean, I love to mess around with resin, but I can't even imagine that. You tried?
No, because for me, I would be like the one where it wasn't quite sealed and it leaked on the floor. And he, before he got his workshop, he was telling me a story where he was in his kitchen, had it on his kitchen table because that's the flattest spot he had at the time that was available. And he was doing a resin pour and it started leaking. And I said, "In your house?" Oh my God, no, I can't even imagine.
Oh no. How did he deal with that?
Just cleaned it up.
Wow.
Yeah. So
The first time I ever tried a resin pour, we did, it was an old door and we made a table out of it.
oh, cool.
And it was cool, but it just, yeah, I didn't have it sealed enough and it leaked. And I lost so much money on that because resin's so expensive. And then the second store, we made a counter from this old wood, and it was the one section, it was like there was a gap in it. We only had that much wood. So we said, well, we'll do a resin pour. And my son helped. And it just, I don't know what we did, like, because we had to stop and get more resin. It never cured properly. I think the temperature just wasn't set right in there. Another thing we did too is like it was cool. It looked really cool. We used old jewelry, like old watches and brooches and stuff like that, but it floated up. We should have, because he put them on different heights, like boxes and stuff, but he should have glued it down. But in hindsight, but then we ran out and we had to get more layers. It never cured. It was always sticky. So we ended up putting a piece of glass over the whole counter. It was still cool looking, but it just, every now and then the glass would shift over a little bit and you'd touch it. It would be like, dang, like a year later.
Yeah, so that was one of the reasons why he had to put off the first pour for like a week because the temperature was going to get really low. And he said that the resin's just too expensive to waste. And then imagine that you've poured it and it never cured. I mean, how do you get rid of that?
Yeah.
I guess you just have to recut it out of there, or drill it out. So after all the hours, I mean, he told me like 14 or so hours of just drilling and, getting in those crevices and everything to get the bark out,
Yeah, getting the wood prepped and ready to get for the pour. Yeah.
And so this time, I don't know how visible if you could really see those air bubbles, but they were like the little white.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't too worried about those because they were on the surface and he knew he was going to resurface it. But the ones he was more concerned about were the ones that were deeper in that I couldn't film. I mean, you could feel them, but as soon as he went over it. But what he basically said was that he's just going to take a drill into the epoxy, and then just I don't know if he's going to syringe it or whatever, and it'll just fill it back up again. So we'll see how that works. I hope he hasn't done it before I get there to film it. And then I also wanted to say that he told me that his route, the setup where he had the router back and forth. What is that?
The table router.
Yeah, the one that was in the carriage.
Sled router.
Thank you, the sled. He actually put that all together himself, and he said he had like $200 into it. But he said a setup like this is typically like I think he said 900, but 6 to 9 is what I think. He said he put his own together, and of course he did it set up for his own table and everything so that it would work. And then the part that I had the picture where it had the broom and stuff on it, he actually poured that out of resin because he wanted to be able to see into it. And we were just talking at length about how that was all put together. So, he's so meticulous, and I just really appreciate his take on things, and he explains to the nth degree, and I just love it. So there's the training aspect of all of us, that we all work in training at the base, and we're forever trainers, And so he was just talking about all of the steps to put that together. But he took, and if you look at it again, it looks like broom bristles or whatever. That is like something that you would attach to a door, to when you close it and it keeps it or whatever. And he attached that all the way around to catch and contain all of the shavings. Obviously, it's not going to catch it all, but quite a filtration system, which hopefully at the end of all of this, because I'm not going to film 18 hours or 20 hours of sanding. I'm just not going to do it. So we'll film a little bit here and there, and then we'll film the end. But hopefully at that last video, I'll go ahead and do a pan of everything in the shop and maybe get him to just kind of quick explain some of the things that he has and things that he's done. And then, of course, I'm going to get his office, which is fantastically filled with some of his really unique and just one. He's got a river pour octagon
coffee table or something.
It is a coffee table, but it's for a mounting for I can't remember what's on there, a deer or a bird or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and his wife does the diorama. It's just really wonderful.
Wow.
I'm so blessed to have a friend like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Can you ask him if what difference there is in what resin you would use? Like if you wanted to put flowers or some natural items in there to maintain that color, because we had them 2 different types of resins last week when we were talking about it. We had the type that he used, and then I found another one that's specifically for flowers. And I'm wondering if there's something different, or would you just use the same one if you wanted to do the flowers? I've tried with flowers and stuff for jewelry, and it's like if you have something that's white petaled and you use regular resin, it's just going to look like it soaked it up and it looks transparent.
Oh, I'll ask. Because we were talking about different things, different pours. Like I think when you did the images, you had like goldfish or whatever, and he and his wife were talking about, or me and his wife were talking about, that very thing, like having something that looks like goldfish and whatnot. But I'll ask him. Now he was saying that there's different kinds of resins, and the kind that he used, the powder kind, is the one that gives you those cloudy effects, and that's the powder or the mica one. And then there's some other ones that you can get that will do a solid color and not have that smoky effect. I don't it's not a mica one though, but anyway,
I don't know. I know there's different formulas like the deep pour and then there's a lot to know about it because of the temperature and the depth and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. There's a lot to it.
It's a little intimidating, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Hey, my table pour was fantastic because I ended up with a pair of resin bottom socks. You're great.
Well, listen, next week we're going to have some fun. We're going to be talking about, and Mara can tell you about this too, because this was her baby.
So I'm working this all up right now, and it's so very interesting. I hope everyone's here to watch this on the pop art furniture. We're going to go through a little bit of pop art, and then what actually makes something pop art. So what is pop art and what isn't pop art? And I have enjoyed just collecting all the information for this. So I hope everybody's going to be with us next week because I think it'll be really fun.
And aren't us flippin' bunch gals really cute in pop art?
Yes.
Yes.
I love this thumbnail here. It's so fun.
I know. So cute.
I love
Oh.
it. I'm excited. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, I think so too.
Uh-huh.
Well, don't forget, if you want to be notified of our next show, then text live to 814-515-4905, or you can always email us at flippinbunch@gmail.com.
And then we need to talk about the unique antique challenge.
That's right. I did not put that graphic up. Do you happen to have it?
Oh,
Why
let me see if I can send it to you really quick. Or did
Okay.
I? Where would
Or
be
if you pull it up, you can do a screen share and show.
Oh gosh, you're gonna make me try and figure this out right now. Okay, let me see.
The pressure is on. She's sweating.
I am. Okay.
You can send it to me. That's fine.
Okay, let me see here. I'll send it to you, and then sorry guys, I'm not as fast as Levon is on all of this here.
Well, she was a AT&T employee.
Yes, she was.
I envisioned. You remember that one lady, and she would be chewing her gum, and she had her hair up, and she'd be plugging in like the different phone things.
Yeah.
I can't. I just see her, but
wasn't that on a John Wick movie?
no. Well, they do have it on there. No, this was like a comedy show. She was on all the time, and she'd laugh. I'll find it and send it to you.
Okay, I sent it to you on Messenger.
Okay, there it is.
All right. Yes.
So,
okay.
thanks for remembering that, Mara.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's the embellishments edition, March 28th. So I was thrilled to be the winner of the last one. So I got to help pick the subject for the next one. So this means you can use all the molds and transfers and paint inlays and anything you want, stencils, you name it, to embellish your piece.
Oh yes, this is Dar's got this one in the bag, I think.
I can't find a piece of furniture. I can't find a piece of furniture. I looked. Nothing.
You didn't look in your garage? In your shed?
No, there's none in there. I'll have to go look around, see what I can find.
Is it in your shed?
I'm looking too. I think I have something in the cabin, but I'm really just trying to be good and not buy nothing because I got so much crap. I'm like, ugh.
I know. I have
You
to
got so
use
much
up.
stuff that
Unfortunately,
you
I
have to
have a
find
piece.
Yes.
I have a piece that's all ready for some embellishing, so I'm ready for it.
I'm ready. I got mine. I've been tripping over it all day long today.
Oh gosh.
Oh my. Well, as usual, I'm going to check the comments real quick here before we go. Gretchen says that's an adorable subject and sounds like so much fun. I think she means the pop art one. So if you guys do come up with any questions, you feel free to email us your questions too regarding Android or anything you'd like to hear us talk about on this show. We'll be happy to. We're always open for some new ideas. So,
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to seeing you again next week. And of course, we love you. Mwah. And hope you have a great
Can't
night.
do it. Can't do it.
Mari, you're cracking me up, buddy. Dar, you're so funny.
We'll give you lessons. Bye, guys.
Bye.